is for inner purity. And yes, there are physical, psychological effects on the way, some therapeutic effects also, not undesirable. But ultimately the intention is meditation.
Forgive me for my lack of understanding.
No, I will not forgive you. Why? I don't blame you. Knowledge is being exchanged. Where's the question of forgive me? No forgiving.
I feel like everyone here knows this answer, so I'm sorry if you know.
Forget about other
okay.
people.
Okay.
Communicate with me.
Okay. Why do we want things to go? Why do we want this effect to go to the inner ear?
Because if you think about yoga, it begins with musculoskeletal system. Mm-hmm. Then we want to address, as I said, the organic system, particularly your digestive eliminative system. Then the pranic system. When everything is working fine, how does the prana flow in the body? Then towards meditation comes introject your senses. I'm talking inner ears, okay, but it is eyes, ears, tongue, all three. Okay? So there begins to get a sense of meditation. Okay? Ultimately, the senses have to stop more completely. I'm not sure stop is the correct word, but they have to stop interfering. Then the meditation can begin. Can every posture become a meditation? Not easy. Certainly, if I do a forward bend, meditation is easier because I'm not struggling physically as much. In a back bend, meditation is very difficult, but can be done. May not be done as efficiently or for as long, but can be done. Just a glimpse is enough to start with. Because when that glimpse happens, you say, aha, this is what it should feel like. Okay? While meditation happens largely in the head, okay, the effect goes in the whole body.
Is it the objective of every pose to have it go to your inner ear?
Every pose should either become meditation or at least should lead towards meditation. Otherwise, it becomes like my Trikonasana is better than your Trikonasana. Has nothing to do with yoga, really. Nothing. Okay? It's for inner purity. And yes, there are physical, psychological effects on the way, some therapeutic effects also, not undesirable. But ultimately the intention is meditation. There is a story of a very great sage called Asakra in the Indian mythology. Okay? Every limb was distorted. So the king is holding a meeting for great sages, wise people to come to his place and debate. He comes and sits down on the throne of the biggest sage. So people laugh at him. But slowly as he begins to talk and explain that, in spite of all these distortions in the body, I am in meditation. With all your freedom, you are not. And yet you are laughing at me. Who is foolish? Very, very great story. So when we work on yoga asana, yes, we work with the distortions that are in the body that are not desirable and so on. But the intention should always be, where is this taking me? If it is taking you into competition with somebody else, what on earth for? Waste of time. But people do that all the time. So even there, as I've said before, if my posture is better than somebody else's posture, I do want to celebrate what I have. I have the intention of helping the other person. But there is no pride or that kind of competition in it. Yeah, otherwise it is definitely not yoga. Yoga is something that leads you towards the union more. Whether with yourself or with other people or with the universe. And that intention has to be there. Slowly things will come. Okay? Am I enlightened in this stage? I don't think so. But I'm much better off today than I was 10 years ago. That's not a sense of pride. It's a sense of feeling, understanding that yes, my body is not working as well as it used to do, but my self is much better. And if you practice diligently with this attitude, from the worst practitioner to the best practitioner, to everybody, the direction will happen. Whether your direction is moving in the correct way or is doing something opposite is something you have to watch. Okay. That length has to come from the back of the thigh bone. I lift up, lengthen the leg and put it on the floor.
Would you repeat about the bone? Is it the inner thigh bone, the underneath side, the interior side?
If I look at the bone here, this will be the top of the bone, or front as I call it. This is the back of the bone.
And I want to concentrate on the back of the bone.
You have to concentrate on
Thank
that.
you.
That's where the length comes from. Actually, when you lengthen the bone, it comes from the front and the back. But I don't feel it in the back. I feel it mostly in the front because the quadriceps tighten. That gives an illusion of the bone lengthening. Okay? When you lengthen the bone, you can't lengthen only from the front or the back. It's a solid thing. Both sides will lengthen. But in your mind, get the sense that I'm lengthening the bone from the back. That will balance it better.
Thank you.
And when that happens, the thigh muscle gets thinner than thicker.
Thinner.
Yeah, thinner.
Same would happen if I lie down in Virasana. Initially, I will lift the knee up. Not so as to tuck my pelvis or anything. That's fine, that is correct, sort of superficially speaking. But deeper action is here to drop the knees down. I'm not arching my neck. This is what most people do. And it's fine to do that, it's not wrong. After doing that, learn to release the same skin. But the way to come down is little by little by little. I think of lengthening the bone from the back of the bone. When the femurs lengthen through correct understanding, which doesn't require the posture to be ideal posture. Whatever posture your body is able to do is good enough for what we are doing, which is once the sense of length comes and there is a connection to the inner ears, then remote viewing has a greater possibility. And until this effect comes about, there is no harm in imagining a line from inner ears all the way to the leg. If you imagine that line, millimeter by millimeter, where is the break in that line? That's where you want to pay maximum attention. The line, at least to begin with, is not continuous. If you look at that imaginary line, there are a series of breaks in it. Keep your attention on where the break is. Another minute.